correspondent for NBC News, Steve Kornacki, joining me once again. Steve, again, you've been watching these numbers. It seems like we have an answer.
We have an apparent winner in the Pennsylvania special election for the House District in the 18th. Conor Lamb, the Democrat. NBC News is declaring the apparent winner over Rick Saccone, the Republican. Now, I can take you through what that wording means. Obviously, we have been telling you all night, since about 11 o'clock last night, we're waiting on Washington County. We're waiting on the absentee vote in Washington County. And you had a lead there of about 750 votes for Conor Lamb district-wide coming into that. So what was going to happen in Washington County? We knew it was a Republican county. The question was, hey, in these absentees, was that going to be a little different? So I can show you. Finally, oh, my God, we waited all night for these numbers. Here are the absentee numbers from Washington County for Conor Lamb. 609. He netted 609 from that pool. And for Rick Saccone, for the Republican, look at this, 547. So that was what we suspected was going to happen. It is a Republican county, but we were saying these absentees were favoring Lamb throughout the district. We saw it in Allegheny. We saw it in Westmoreland, a Republican county. We said we think we'll see it in Washington, but we got to see it to say we saw it. Well, now we see it. He beat out Rick Saccone in the absentee ballots in Washington County. So what does that do? That actually increases his lead there district-wide just a little bit. So we say he's the apparent winner. It is a very close margin here. As you can see, that is 641 votes that's separating them right now. 641. We still have a couple of pieces of business here. Just keep this in mind. Greene County has 200 absentee ballots. They will be counted today. I hope. Those 200 absentee ballots, we really do have a pattern here, though, where these absentee counts, Lamb is doing a lot better in the absentee than in the election day. So, again, you don't really see Saccone making up anything based on everything we've seen in those 200 in Greene. Then what do we have? We got military ballots. They're going to be counted within the next week, probably about a week from now. How many of those are there? We're not sure. We think dozens, 75 maybe in the district. Again, Saccone is probably going to win more of those than Lamb, but we're talking dozens here. We're not talking a lot. Then the final little piece here is provisional ballots. There's, in the low hundreds of these, maybe 200, something like that. Again, we don't know the exact number. We suspect when you get up here in Allegheny County, probably going to favor Lamb there. We're not sure the rest of the district, but what you're seeing, as you can see, when you get outside of Washington County and what we just announced, so few outstanding votes outside Washington County. If you're Saccone, you needed to take the lion's share of Lamb. Ooh, the lion's share of Lamb's lead. You needed to take that out in these votes from Washington. Completely failed to do that, and that leaves Saccone with, look, again, legally, is he going to try to pursue some kind of recount here? We'll see. The Republicans want him to try to do that. We'll see. Something absolutely crazy, I suppose, could happen with these few outstanding, provisional ballots or whatever. But honestly, this is the thing. This is the thing we were waiting for. We waited all night to see, could Rick Saccone beat that trend we'd been seeing and really get a big number out of Washington in the absentee ballots? He completely did not do that. And so, Conor Lamb is the apparent winner.
This is a Fox News alert. We actually have results now in the Arizona special election. This is the latest test of the so-called blue wave. The strength also of the Trump support in key GOP districts. He won this one big. Let's check in with Alicia Acuna. She is live on the ground there from the Grand Canyon State. What can you tell us tonight, Alicia?
Hi, Shannon. Yes, well, we just heard a big cheer go up here at State Senator Debbie Lesko's watch party here. She's the Republican here who has just found out that she has been victorious in this special election race to fill the seat of disgraced Republican Congressman Trent Franks. He left in December, and it has been a race that actually no one thought was actually going to be a race. This is a Republican stronghold here in the state of Arizona, a very deeply red district that's made up of mostly white, retired Republicans, very conservative, very active voters, and they have come to the call of Debbie Lesko here and Republicans. However, I should tell you, the reason we are here and the reason we are watching is because This is a district in which since 2012, Democrats haven't even put up a candidate. This time they did. Dr. Haral Teperneni, she's a doctor here in this state, and she's a Democrat who was able to outraise the Republican here. She had attack ads. She had some headliners coming up. Gabby Giffords coming to her assist, and she was able to kind of close in a little bit in polling, but really couldn't pull it through because really when it comes down to it, as you said, this is a district that Donald Trump won big by 21 points back in 2016. So not a surprise that she has won here. The big question tonight was going to be the spread, whether or not she could pull out a double-digit lead, because anything less could become a message, a wake-up call to Republicans come November. Shannon?
Yeah, and I know that we were thinking we might get these results a little bit later, Alicia, but it seems like a lot of the early balloting may have factored in here as well. And you gave us a little bit of the demographic makeup of what goes on there in that district. It seemed like it was a pretty tough hill to climb for the Democrat. But as you said, this may be more about the spread than about who actually won.
Yes, this is actually about the spread, and we're still getting the results right now. Lesko is leading by 6 points, I believe, at the last check from the Secretary of State's office. They're waiting to see if this is a double-digit lead. I was talking to former Arizona Governor Jan Brewer, and she even agreed that, anything less than a double-digit spread at the end of the day, even though a win is a win, it still could be a wake-up call because we do have those midterms that we're talking about here. In talking to State Senator Lesko, she said they really want to stop that momentum that they believe Democrats have right now from other special elections that we've seen, Pennsylvania, for example. They really want to put a stop to that here in Arizona and get Democrats' eyes off of this state, especially this district, as we head into the midterms. Shannon?
All right, Alicia Acuna there covering this race all day and tonight on the ground for us. Thank you so much.
And new tonight, the person who will take over for disgraced U.S. Congressman Blake Farenthold will be Republican Michael Cloud. Cloud won the special election tonight for the 27th district by a wide margin. He needed at least 50% of the vote to claim the seat outright. Votes are still coming in, but as you can see, Cloud has more than enough to claim the seat with 55%. The district covers parts of Bastrop, Lockhart, and Smithville, as well as Victoria and Corpus Christi. Cloud will serve the remainder of Farenthold's term that runs through January.
The final votes have been counted. In Ohio's special election, Republican Troy Balderson officially won the 12th district seat for the next 3 months. Voters picked Balderson over Democratic Franklin County Recorder Danny O'Connor. That's to complete the unexpired term of former U.S. Representative Pat Tiberi. He retired in January. Balderson will face O'Connor again in November in a full 2-year term. Republicans have held the seat in the 12th congressional district for nearly 35 years.